We're going to be doing this class down on the mat. We'll also use our weights. I'm using 1.5 kilos today. So grab your light hand weights, put them either side of your mat, and let's get into it. So we'll start sitting up just like this, and we'll have our hands behind the back of the thighs. And I just want you to pull a little bit on the thighs and sit nice and tall. Maybe find your sit bones underneath you and lengthen up through your body. Take a nice deep breath and then breathing out, just letting your body soften. Again, inhale and breathing out. So just giving yourself a moment to get ready for class, arrive on the mat, bring your thoughts inward, no matter what's been going on before the class or what you have on after. You've got 20 minutes just to spend here on the mat focusing on yourself. So another deep breath and just let go of all the distractions. Just bring that centered mind, calm mind in. And then what we're going to do is a little roll back. So I just want you to tuck the pelvis so you're sitting back on your tailbone or the lowest part of your spine. Pull in through your tummy, stay holding on, and then just come forward and sit up. So sit tall, and then we just pull the tummy back. You just tuck under from the lowest part of your spine. Your eyes are still looking forward, and then you let the shoulders round forward. See, my back's rounded. And then you sit tall again. And again, just rolling back. So I'm going to change this move and add on a few different things. But at any time you want to come back to this one, this would be step one. And it's a nice one to keep working on because you should be able to warm up your tummy. Try not to grip too much at the front of the legs. And backing up. So we'll do some no hands now. So thumbs pointing up to the ceiling. Let your shoulders drop down. And then just rolling back and forward. I usually breathe out on the way back and then in on the way up. Good. And then just rolling back just to where you could hold it. Okay, so I'm holding that shape. Then I'll just tap one hand down to the ground, lift it up, the other arm down, up, down, up, down. Up, one more each side, and then come forward and sit tall. And then you'll breathe out as you roll back, go to where you can hold it. One arm opens to the side and back, the other way and back. Open, ooh, that's it, open. Okay, one more on each side, open, keep drawing in the tummy. That's it, and then you come forward, sit nice and tall. Remember, always go back to that first one if you need it to. Rolling back, we just have one more pattern here, and this time the arm goes up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. One more on each side. Good, that's the way, and then come forward and up, maybe hold on behind the thighs again and sit nice and tall. Good, now we're going to lay down on our back. Make sure your weights are either side of you. And just have a lie down. Okay, so pick up your weights. And the first thing we'll do is we'll just have the weights beside your body bumped up to the ceiling like this. Open up your chest, find that alignment through your body. Make your back in a straight line, toes pointing straight ahead, wriggle around, shoulders are open. And then you're just going to find the ground, especially under the back of the ribs. Good. We're going to take one leg up to tabletop and then lift the other arm straight up to the ceiling. Put it back and down. Other side. Tabletop leg, arm up to the ceiling, back and down. And again, up. So I'm alternating side to side, Just got the weights in my hands to give a little something extra today. So a lot of these moves you would have done before, but adding the weights can just, you know, take it to another level. That's it. It takes a little bit more concentration when I'm holding the weight to keep my lower back nice and steady. So I'll do a couple more until I really feel like I've got that steadiness. Good, 2 more, sorry. And down. And then you're going to put your elbows on the ground and bump the weights up like this to the ceiling, palms looking in. Put your feet in a good position for a bridge. And you're going to touch your lower back to the mat and lift up your hips into a bridge, okay? So it feels like I'm lifting my hips up between the frame of where the weights have made a little frame, and then just roll back down. I have 3 more just like this. So rolling up, really find that footprint down, reaching the knees over the toes, deepening through the tummy, lengthening your back down. And 2 more, up, rolling down. See if you can find the middle of your back as you come down, particularly. That's it. And then we'll lift up the hips into a bridge and you'll just hold it there. So really feel like your foot's down, the sole of your foot is pressing down. You've got that strength from your glutes lifting the hips up. And we're just going to hold the hips there while our arms push up, down, up, down. Good. So I'm thinking of about 10 like this. 4 more now. 1, 2, 3, 4. Elbows down and then the hips come down. This way, and then lift the hips back up again. Hold it there. Push the weights up to the ceiling. This time one arm's going to open out to the side and then you bring it back. Open the other arm out to the side, bring it back. Side, back. Keep my elbow a tiny little bit soft. So the trick is when the arm goes out to the side, your whole body doesn't sort of tip that way. You want to try and keep that steadiness. If any time your lower back starts to feel a little too tired, keeping the hips up like this, you could always just lay down and just do the arms. That works fine. Holding the hips up here we're working on endurance for the glutes and hips. And we'll do 1 more on each side. And then you bring your body down and bring the arms down. Just relax your back, relax everything. You're going to lift up again. So find that even feeling, solid and steady. Push the arms up, turn the weights to look towards your thighs. Weights are bumping together. Elbows go wide and then you push up. Wide, push up. So it's like I make a little goalpost shape and then I bump the weights together over my chest. That's it. Keep those hips up. Sometimes when I focus on my arms, my hips forget what they're doing. Okay, let's just do 2 more, I think would make about 10. Okay, good job. Palms look in, your body goes down and the arms come down as well. Just put the weights to the side for a moment. And then we're going to lift up one leg into tabletop and the other one as well. Hands beside you. So we're going to take one knee out to the side and then bring it back and in. So take the whole leg out to the side, the thigh, the knee, the shin and the foot and back together. So open and back, open and back. So this is, we've done this one before with our knees on the floor. So if you want to go to step 1, it's just one knee out to the side and back. This way is really good to feel that inner thigh pelvic floor kind of zip up and then sort of an open feeling and zip up. The legs are up Same feeling. So you choose what's right for you. Doing well. I think 4 more now. Just let your shoulders relax. 1, especially if your legs are up. 2, 3, 4. Good. 1 foot down, then the other. Glue your legs together, hold on to your weights. Your palms face up and the weights are going to pin your arms down out wide like a T. So your arms, the weights are holding your arm and your shoulders down. Then we're going into our side to side. So take the knees to one side, lifting up 1 foot there as the knees stay together, and then bring the legs back over to the other side. This is nice to keep the shoulders anchored down, isn't it? So the weights will help you think of that as you get that nice twist through your torso. This is step 1. If you're ready for step 2, the legs go up to tabletop and we do just the same thing. I don't seem I want to go quite as far, of course, with the legs up. Otherwise, I'll lose that connection of my shoulders. Good. And then what we can also do is bring your legs back to center. You could straighten them up to the ceiling and just go over to the side and then over to the other side, just with straight legs. Whoop. So you don't have to do this one. It's just an option there if you feel like a little challenge. Of course, I'm not going too far. I'll lose my shoulder down. Feeling. That's it. Should feel great. And then bend the knees, put your feet down one at a time, and bring the arms back and in. Hands beside you. We're going to take one leg up to tabletop and the opposite arm up to the ceiling like we did before. This time, the leg's going to reach away as the arm reaches overhead just a little bit. Bring everything back and put everything down. So we lift up, stretch, back, down, up, stretch, back, down, up, stretch, back, down, up, stretch, back, down. Keep going, 4 more. 1, 2, stretch, back, and 3, stretch, back, down, 4. Good. Then you're going to put your both weights up to the ceiling, but turn your palms to face the end of your mat. Palms face away from you. And we're going to do a little chest lift. So as the weights come down, you tuck your chin and lift up your chest. Okay? And then you come back and down. If your neck hates this, try with the hands behind the back of the head. Just put the weights down and then put your hands behind your head. So it's almost like a timing thing. As I sort of get on a diagonal with the weights, it sort of tips my ribs forward. So I come to here and it feels like chin tucks and then the ribs slip down and the weights help me get up. And we'll do one more. So just a little way forward and back and down. Bend the arms, put the weights on the floor away from you. Hands can go behind your head now. Elbows just in your side view. And we're going to tuck the chin just the tiniest little bit, lift up, and then you just reach across, touch one side of your thigh. Put the hand back behind the head and then reach up and over. Hand goes back behind the head and we go up and over, back behind the head. I'm really holding onto my head with the hand that's supporting there. And I'm trying to keep my hips level. So as I go up and over, I'm glancing a little at my hips to make sure that I'm not dipping side to side. And we've just got 2 more. Make sure you breathe out when you lift up. Inhale back, exhale up, inhale back. Good work. Now we just roll straight over to your side, and you should have one weight here on the ground. We'll use that. And you can either put your head all the way down or like this. To make it a little harder today, we're going to have both legs out straight. So rather than exactly a straight line, I just bring them a tiny little bit in front. If you start these moves and you're feeling a little bit wobbly, the best thing to do is just to bend that bottom leg, and you'll still get a great workout. This way just means I've got to draw in a little bit. It takes a little bit more to hold this shape. We're going to pick up the weight, put it on the top leg, lift up the top leg. Okay, press down with the bottom leg and back. So down with the bottom leg, up with the top. See how I've got flexed feet today? Okay. That's it. And then we're just going to lift up the leg and then bend to bring it in front, push it back out. Bend and push. Bend it up, push it out. That's it. A little bit of extra weight there makes a difference, doesn't it? And then hold it like this, just a tiny little up. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, down. Put the weight here, put your hand here, lay down. Okay, stretch your legs long, draw your tummy in, push down on the floor and see how you go, just hovering both legs a tiny little bit. Put them back down, and again push down with the hand on the floor to get a little lift, and back. Now we'll do 4 more with a bit of a challenge with this hand holding the weight up. Okay, I've got to think of pulling in my tummy because I don't want to wobble too much. Here we go. It's hard, isn't it? And down. We can do it. The more you practice things like this, we learn how to switch on the right muscles. Up, down, and again, up. So we're really challenging our balance with one arm up and down. Good. Okay, then just roll over to your tummy. Can you grab both weights now and put them out in front of you? Now, heel of the hand on top of the weight. If you've got a weight like mine, this will work okay. It also works really nice with tins of food from the pantry, this move. Okay. So what we'll do here, look down at the floor, stretch your legs out long. Think of hip bones, pubic bone, that little triangle pressing down. Feel the tops of the feet down on the floor. And then I'm just going to look to my weights, look up the wall, and just sort of plug my arms into their sockets. I pull my arm or my shoulder back and then roll back down. Look down to the floor and then look up, let your chest look up, and just let the weights roll towards you a little bit and then back. Make sure you've got that connection of the hip bones pushing down. So you can come up as far as feels nice. Depends what kind of weights. Some of the weights are, you know, more with not round. They've got corners, so see how you find it. That's it. Open your chest, let your shoulders drop down. And last one. Good, and back and down. Then we're just going to take the weights wide. So we're going to put our hands like a T again, holding the weights out. So all we do, we're going to feel that connection of pubic bone, hip bones, legs stretching, a little bit of connection there, tummy drawing up off the floor. So I can just float my face off the floor, but I'm still looking down. And then I'm just going to take a little lift of my arms so they just hover off the ground. Lift up the weight, put it down. Let your body and your nose touch the floor. Lift up a little lift, down, and you go down. 2 more, up, a little lift. So your eyes are down with the weights, down with your body. 1 more, tiniest little lift up. Little lift of the arms, down with the arms, down with your body. Slide the arms around beside you. So now the palms are up to the ceiling, and we do just the same, 4 moves the same like this. So the face lifts up, you roll the shoulders back, and you just float the weights up. I'm only taking them just off the floor. Weights go back down, body goes down. A little lift of the arm. Down, down. Just 2 more. Up with the chest, up with the arms. Down with the arms, down with the face and chest. Up, up, down, down. Good. Just bring the weights and put them beside you. And then put your hands together and rest your forehead down on your hands. So with the weights just beside you, pop your hands together and your forehead on your hands. Feel that connection of, your pelvis pressing down into the mat so that you can float one leg up a little off the floor, pop it back and down, and then the other leg and back and down. So just alternate side to side, but try and keep nice and level through the hips. And think of really lengthening your leg away rather than trying to get so high with the leg. That's it, and we'll just do 2 more. 1, 2. The next thing to do is to lift one leg up, hold it there, and lift the other leg up as well. Turn the heels to touch each other and the toes to point away, and then we're just going to beat the heels. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Legs go back and down. Let's do that one more time. Sit, Meg. Meg, sit. Good girl. One leg lifts up, the other leg lifts up, toes turn out, heels touch, and we just do a little heel beat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and legs back and down. And then put your hands beside you and come out onto your hands and knees. Now we're just going to spin around and do the other side. So legs were out in front. So just laying on your side with your legs stretched out. Remember, the option is always to have that bottom leg bent. That'll work fine. Stretch the legs out, and then the weight goes here on top of the thigh. So as the bottom leg pushes down, the top leg can lift up, back and down. So a little lift and lower. Flex your feet. Think of drawing the tummy in. That's it. And then just lift up the leg a little bit and then bend forward and push back. Bend forward, push back. And in and back. In, back. In, back. In and back. Hold it there. Now we just do a little tiny up. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and back and down. So the weight's here, your hand's here, and you lay down. Stretch your legs out long. Tummy draws in. It almost feels like I sort of reach my tailbone towards my heels a little bit, and then I can take a little float up and down. Little lift, down. Make sure you push down. And think of length again. That's good. Little lift, down, and last one. Good. We do try a few without the hand. Okay. Have to concentrate. Here we go. Up, down. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, bring that arm in, put the weight down, and then roll over again and help yourself up onto your hands and knees. Okay, we'll need both weights here by the side of the mat. So find yourself nice and even, and then pick up the weight with your right hand and reach the arm back alongside your body. What we're going to do now is bend at the elbow and then straighten the arm again. So a little bend and straighten, bend and straighten. Watch your neck is lifted up at the back so it's nice and long. And if your wrist is finding that tricky, soften the elbow of the arm that's your left arm. Good, and then bring it back and down. The other thing we could do now is make a fist with the left hand, and the right hand still has the weight. Reach it out to the side and back, out to the side and back, and again, up and down, up, down, other way. So right hand is down on the mat, this little softness of the elbow, and we take the left arm back to be level with your body, but square off your shoulders, and then we just bend and straighten that left arm. Good, just 2 more. So in our seated position, we're going to start with our legs nice and wide. Flex toes, flex the ankles so your toes are pointing up to the ceiling, and we're just going to hold the weight here. So we're going to reach the arms forward, take a little tip forward and the weights drop down, lift up the weights and bring them back to your chest. So tip forward, touch the weight to the ground, lift it back up and tall and straight. So go forward, a little tip. Now remember, sitting on a pillow or a towel here might feel much nicer for you, or having your knees bent works fine as well. So we'll do a couple more, so you have time to go and get your pillow or your towel. Last one. So you feel a nice stretch for your back and your legs, and then just hold the weight here. We're going to stay nice and tall, sit nice and evenly. Remember, bent knees are fine. And we're just going to take a little twist to one side and then back. And a little twist, twist, back. Twist, twist, back. Twist, twist, back. So I'm watching my knees are not moving. So that's why I'm not going very far. I'm keeping my hips still and spiraling. I'm thinking of spiraling from sort of the base of the ribs there. And then put that weight down. This time reach your arms wide. Let your shoulders drop down. Really stretch out your fingertips. Spiral now. And then reach little finger to little toe as you dive forward. Reach back up and square. So we twist, dive. So reach the arm back behind you and peek that way. Then come back up, back to center. So we twist, dive forward. And I feel the opposite hip wanting to come up. So I anchor it down, come up and center and twist. So steady on the hips, up, back and down. So bring that weight out of your way, bring your legs in. So this time the legs are just out in front. And we're just going to slide our hands down our legs to give your spine a stretch this way. So of course you can bend your knees and then just sit back up. And again, going forward and sitting all the way back up. Bend your knees just a little bit, squeeze your legs together, one hand on the knee and just peep over to one side, sit tall. And come back, around the other way. And back, hands behind the thighs. Pull on the thighs a little to sit tall. And then just hang back like we did at the beginning of the class. And then sit tall again. And rolling back so your shoulder blades are broad. And then lifting up. Open your chest, sit tall. And relax. Alright, that's us all done. Good work.